if you ask me, guys, if you're looking to make money, the internet is probably the only way in 2025. The only way. Well, that might be a little bit hyperbolic, but realistically, the internet is the best way to make money in 2025. We live in a world now where jobs, in most ways, do expect more of us. Longer hours for less pay. If you live in the UK at least, right? High taxes. And you quickly realise that, even if you work a relatively good job for a good period of time, you may be well off. You may have a nice house and a nice car and a nice family, and that is all good. But if you want that freedom, if you want that excitement, and if you want that scalability, a job isn't where it is at. Now, whenever I make videos like this, and whenever they do well, the comment section is very conflated, or very confused. A lot of the younger people my age, younger, maybe a little bit older in their 30s, absolutely understand what I'm saying, as do a lot of older people as well. But most of the older people completely disagree with this concept and say it's that young people are lazy. But I'm going to explain why. If you don't have an online business, if you never started one, why now is the perfect time to start, and why this really should be the main focus of any endeavours to build financial wealth. Now, online business is something that I've been doing for years, since the age of 13. In the last couple of years, to be honest, it really has started to pick up, and 2025 has probably been one of the best years. This isn't the year where I made the most money, but it's the year where I made the most money in the most diverse ways. Up until this age, I've only had maybe one source of income at a time. Now, I've got at least 3, maybe more like 4 or 5. Because of how spread thin it is, I'm still building all of them up. But it certainly is a livable amount for me to live on and survive on. Well, I think. I think I do quite well for myself, right? The reason why this is the way to go, in my opinion, is because, and anybody who's worked a job will know this, most people do jobs that they don't hate, that they don't like, that they do hate, right? They do jobs that they hate. They don't get paid that much. They wake up at times that they don't want to wake up. They commit hours that they don't want to commit. And maybe I'm just in a niche group of people, right? But I don't think I am. Because I know people from all different backgrounds, all different walks of life, and not many of them like their job. I know people who are from rich families, went to good schools, and now have high-paying 9-to-5s. I know people who are students and work in bars and clubs. I know people who work in shops. No one seems to like it very much. Now, an online business may also not be the most pleasant. There's things about it that I don't like. But there's a reason why I continue to do it. And there's a reason why, despite all of the difficulty that comes with it, I still think it's the best way. Now, the big story at the moment here in the UK, and I think in the US as well to a large degree, is that jobs for the most part just aren't hiring. That people just aren't employing. And here is the problem with a job. It is very much reliant on the economy, but more so the local economy to a degree, right? If you're living in the UK, the jobs market is based on how the UK is doing financially, economically. If you're living in, I don't know, Montreal, right, then the jobs market is based on how that area is doing. If you're living in LA, same is true. So essentially, you are rolling the dice. And up until maybe about 15, 20 years ago, in my opinion, that may have been problematic. But the beautiful thing about online business is it does not discriminate based on location. If you have a stable internet connection, you can make something work. Now, why this relates to the economy at the moment is because this is one of the biggest things that I hear. And it is to a degree true. Businesses aren't hiring, jobs are hard to find. In the UK, there is seemingly right now at the moment this sentiment that the country is going downhill, right? And we hear this all the time. You guys know it. But here's the thing about online businesses. So people say, how can you make so much money in a country that is apparently going downhill. There's a number of topics to be had on that conversation, but that's a totally different video. But the answer is because I am not dependent on a local economy, right? So if I'm selling, let's say, my Patreon, link in the description, you can be buying that from America, you can be buying that from India, you can be buying that from Dubai. And that is the online beauty of online business. The playing field is absolutely level. So if you think that your local economy isn't doing well and you don't see job prospects, then great. Online business is for you. If you want your free time back, then great. Online business is for you. An example of this, guys, is right now I am doing work. I mean, it doesn't seem like it, but think about it realistically, right? You watch a video, the video gets ads played on it, I get money for the ads, so that means that this is technically work. I don't think this is hard. When I go home and I'm doing my eBay listings, headphones on, music, TV maybe, that's technically work. Same is true about my other YouTube channel, making videos, warm house, could even be sat in bed, to be honest, because it's a faceless channel. It's still technically work. And the funny thing is, especially on YouTube, 60-70% of the people who watch are watching from the US, watching from Canada, watching from Australia, economies which are completely detached from this one, right? Whether it's selling stuff, whether it is making videos, the beauty of online is that it's so dynamic, especially if you get into the market of selling digital products like YouTube videos, Patreon courses, something like that, right? Digital art. There is no physical product, which means it's exceptionally easy to build a global network. Now, the second thing about online business is it is, to a large extent, infinitely scalable. A lot of the time with minimal increased effort. So I'll use the example again of this YouTube channel. This YouTube channel is a one-man operation. It's me, sat in my car, or my house, or on a walk, right, filming my own thoughts. It's a one-man operation. But this YouTube channel, at some months in the past, has made me £700-800 a month, right? Now, the workload never changed. Because to get 1,000 views on this channel, and to get a million views, to a large extent, the same amount of work is required. A video may blow up either way. A video may not blow up. When a video doesn't blow up, it takes me 10 minutes to make, sat in my car, filming. When a video does blow up, it takes me 10 minutes to make, sat in my car, filming. But that same video, just based on those two different factors, can be the difference between a few pennies and thousands of pounds. Now, what I'm trying to say on this point is that the main point about online business is it is infinitely scalable, right? You don't necessarily need employees. You don't necessarily need increased workloads. You don't necessarily need to know what you're doing either. And the beauty of it as well, a lot of these franchises, businesses, not franchises, but companies, organizations can be started for free. For free. You don't need 10 staff. You don't need a premises. You don't need all of it. You don't need any of that stuff, right? You can just begin starting now. Like I have done on this YouTube channel. Like I have done in my eBay listings. Like I have done on Amazon, right? You can just start, for free. To list on Amazon takes nothing. And if you guys have got a mobile phone, which is half decent, which, to be honest, is 90% of people in this day and age. So you got a mobile phone that's half decent. It's got a camera on it. You can get filming straight away. Simple as that. Now, the downside with online business, and this is an important thing to note, especially the easier, and that's also subjective, but the easier online businesses like eBay, like YouTube. Well, people often ask, what's the catch? And there is a catch. There is a catch to all of these online businesses, and it may not be what you think. Whilst the workload is not hard, whilst the skill required is low, that is both the advantage and the drawback. how can it be the advantage and the drawback? Well, the advantage of it is it means it's easy to start. Anyone can do it. Similarly, the drawback of it is it's easy to start. Anyone can do it. So your competition is going to be very high. This may mean for the first few weeks or months you do have to outwork everybody. It may mean that you've got to be more dynamic and smart and figure things out that other people may not. But for the consequences, which can be massive success, I would honestly argue that it's more than worth it. Now, of course, that is just my stance on it. You guys may agree, you may disagree. I would, of course, love to hear your thoughts and opinions down in the comments, but I just think if you're looking to make some, especially serious money in 2025 and 6, going into now, you are looking at online being your best option. It's just the way I see it, but from the things that I've done and learnt, right? You work a job all day, you may not make very much money at all. Online businesses can set you up very quickly with very minimal work. That's just what I've experienced, and a lot of people will comment on this video probably saying I'm wrong, but they've never started or tried an online business, so maybe give it a go, guys, if you haven't, and your mindset might get changed. So, thank you for watching. Goodbye for now.